Are you about to start your first-time homebuyer's journey but feel confused, scared, have questions, and don't even know where to begin? Well, look no further because your realtor extraordinaire, me, Jasmine, is here to help you with any questions you may have. July 24th of this year actually makes a full year since my fiance and I have lived in our home. And as someone that comes from apartment living my whole life, I had so many questions, concerns, and I did not know where to begin. Thankfully, I had a realtor that was really looking out for my best interests and steered me in the right direction. But if you don't have that yet and you just have questions and don't know where to begin, look no further because here are 5 things I wish I would have known when I was first getting started.
Number 1, and probably the most important thing of all, in my opinion, is to never ever skip your inspection. The inspection period is so important because it's when you find defects about the house that the sellers might not even know about. Sellers are supposed to disclose all material defects about the home, but if they haven't had an inspection or appraisal anytime soon, how are they supposed to know what's wrong with the home? So at least when you get your inspection, if there are defects that are non-negotiable for you that you need to be fixed, you can have your agent negotiate with the listing agent to maybe fix the problem for you, or you can decide that you want to terminate your contract. Number 2, if you get an inspection and you're told there's only 5 years or less on your roof, that actually never means there's 5 years or less. It means you should get your roof done immediately. I live in the Pacific Northwest where from September to March, it is raining like crazy, and you want to make sure that your roof can withstand extreme weather conditions, especially because mold and water damage is so much harder to fix than fixing your roof. We actually had this problem when we were under contract and doing our inspection. We found out that our roof was at the end of its life, and we were able to negotiate with the sellers to pay for the roof entirely before our closing date ended, so that was really beneficial for us. But I would say if there are any problems with your roof, try to get it fixed immediately.
Number 3, and this is just as important as not foregoing your inspection, is getting a sewer scope. As someone who lived in apartments my entire life, I had no idea what a sewer scope was until it was brought up to me in my buying process. Essentially, it's an inspection that is conducted with special tools that can see what exactly is happening in your sewer lines and if there's any potential issues. And I don't know if you're aware, but as a homeowner, you are responsible for the pipes going from your house all the way to the street. Let's say you find out in your sewer scope that your pipes are clogged and it's going to cause severe plumbing issues. Well, from there you can negotiate with the sellers to give you a credit, or at least you know that there's an issue with this and you can kind of put it in your pocket and use it as leverage. And this is exactly what we did. We found out that our sewer had basically never been looked at in like 25 years, and we had to replace the entire sewer line from our house to the street, which was a lot of money, but we were able to negotiate a seller's credit on top of the sellers completely fixing our roof. So that was actually really great. And as someone that was going to forego the sewer scope inspection, I now tell everyone, do not forego it. It is so important that you know what's going on with your sewers. Number 4, plan to have at least $10,000 to $15,000 set aside besides your down payment and closing costs for any issues that you may find regarding the home that you want to fix immediately. Like I just said earlier, we had issues with our roof and with our sewer scope. The roof we were able to negotiate fully that the sellers take care of, but the sewer scope was an additional $13,000 that needed to go into it to be fixed. And the sellers, they really weren't able to help us fully with it. But what they did do is they offered us a $5,000 seller's credit, which is applied at closing. So instead of having to pay the $13,000, we only paid $8,000. And thankfully we had money set aside for issues like that, but you never know what is going to come up and you never know what isn't able to be negotiated. And if you really like the property that has these issues, at least you can put money aside for that. Also, I feel like it's so important to have some money set aside because if you want to work on personal projects like your yard, or you want to buy new furniture or get new paint, you have money for that. And lastly, number 5, every first-time home buyer benefits from a good real estate agent. We were really fortunate in our home buying process because our realtor really cared about us and made sure to explain things thoroughly enough and kind of went over her process, which to us, immediately we trusted her. And it's important to trust your realtor. We are supposed to be fiduciaries, meaning we are supposed to be looking out for your best interest. However, there are some people that have shark breath, commission breath, whatever you want to call it. And before I worked with my realtor, I was about to work with another realtor, but I felt as though they were really pushy with me. I felt like they just wanted to make a sale off of me. And with my current realtor, who's actually my mentor in real estate now, I just really felt as though she was looking out for our best interests. And just the fact that she still communicates with me to this day, she does events for her clients. To me, that shows that she's trying to create a community. And I found that so important because I'm not initially from this area. I moved to the Pacific Northwest from Hawaii. So having a built-in community has been really, really great. But it is so important to work with a realtor that cares about you and has your best interests at heart and wants to make sure that you find your perfect forever home, which is why I got into this business. When I sit in my backyard and I look at, as someone who comes from poverty and apartment living, I pinch myself every day. But one of the first thoughts that comes to my mind is, wow, Hal, my realtor, helped me with this. And I would love to be a part of that process for other people. So I would say those are the top 5 most important things to think about as a first-time home buyer. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me, reach out. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to putting out more content for you guys and hopefully hearing from some of you soon. Bye.